Yo, what's going on everyone, and welcome to today's video. This video is pretty much dedicated to people that are pretty much starting out on building their car or have not started yet and are looking forward to in the future, and just want to know for future reference what you actually need in your little car garage setup, whatever you want to call it. In today's video, today I'm gonna go over pretty much everything that I use in the garage, pretty much the basic things that I use in the garage when working on this car, as well as the WRX that's outside. Nothing too crazy, honestly. Like, as you guys can see, I don't have like a lift or like some crazy garage setup. Literally just a basic garage setup, pretty much like a 2-car garage with a whole bunch of junk everywhere. Yeah guys, I'm pretty much gonna go over everything that I have that I highly recommend to you guys that may be starting out. Also, down in the description below, I will have a link to my Amazon where I will put a lot of the things that I use in this garage. But yeah, it's for you guys to use down in the description below. It'll just be a list of garage stuff that I use. So quick heads up, none of this stuff is really in order. It's pretty much just like a list that I came up with for you guys. So don't worry about it being in order, what's like the top or anything. There's no order. That being said, number one is this right here, a jack and jack stands. Now honestly, this is I think the first thing that I may have added to the garage. This is actually a brand new one that I recently got, but I have the original one right here. This is pretty much the original jack. When I first got the FRS, that I actually got as a gift from my girlfriend, and once I got it, I was like, wow, like I needed this like to begin with. Like I needed this all along. Like I don't know why I didn't get it beforehand. You know, it's pretty obvious. Like a jack, without a jack, you really cannot work on the car. Really can't get under it to work on anything. So honestly, a jack is huge in having it for your car garage. If you ever want to work on cars or your car in general, you're gonna need some jack stands. A lot of you guys ask me like what kind of jack stands I use and what brand. And I'm pretty sure I got these at Walmart. So if you guys are wondering, Walmart is where I got my jack stands. And I think this costs around like $120 to $150. Jack stands I think are super cheap. I think these are like 20 bucks or something like that. I gotta double check on that. But yeah, for number one, a jack and jack stands is huge for your car garage. Number two, for your car garage, a basic necessity that really helps out big time, an impact gun. These are so helpful. Now this one I got from Home Depot. It is a Ryobi impact gun, 18 volt if you guys want to get specific. I'm not huge on specs, but I got it together as a pack. So this drill as well as the impact gun. I feel like I'm gonna be a broken record throughout this video because all of these things come in clutch, but this just saves you a ton of time. You can use like, you know, the basic hand wrench, the ratchet, but it is so clutch when you can just zap it off with the impact, and it takes like 2 seconds versus literally hand wrenching it for like 30 seconds to like 2 minutes. And honestly, this thing is not powerful whatsoever. Like it gets off some pretty easy bolts. For the big things like the freaking wheels right here, which are super tight, that thing will not take it off whatsoever. So I usually break the wheels with the breaker bar, loosen those up first, and then hit it with the impact gun. And it just saves so much time versus just like twisting each lug nut off. So yeah, number 2 on the list, impact wrench. Thing comes in clutch. Since we're on the topic of tools, we're gonna go on to number 3, which is a toolbox. Here is the Husky toolbox that I have. I actually just got this thing, I want to say less than a year ago. Like I said, I'm gonna be a broken record, but this thing comes in clutch and it makes everything easier. So this thing costs around $400 to $500. Like if something works and it's fine, then I usually will not touch it and I'll just leave it as is. For example, my tools. I used to have my tools all on that shelf over there and like little plastic bins just everywhere. It worked for me. It was no problem. Yeah, it was kind of messy, but it worked for me. But when I got this toolbox, the level of satisfaction just putting everything in the cabinet, everything pretty much organized, it was just so satisfying. It's just so awesome being able to just have everything organized, laid out in a toolbox for whenever you need, versus scrambling. Oh my gosh, my dog keeps barking. Is there something you want to add? What do you use in the garage? What do you recommend? That's Oscar, by the way. But yeah, honestly, I forgot what I was saying, but this was one of the things where I didn't really think I needed it until I got it. This toolbox was a huge chunk of money. Like I said, it was like $400 to $500. Kind of was a hard purchase to actually commit to, but in the long run, like, it's a good investment. If you want to have your little car garage set up, you need some organization, you need something to hold all of your tools to keep you organized, and it just looks sick, just sitting right there. A lot of people like sticker bomb these and make it look like your own, customize it. I think we're on number 3. Number 3, your own toolbox for all your tools. Now, since we are on the topic of tools, we've been talking about the impact wrench, the toolbox, and now number 4, we move on to the actual tools. Now, I'm not gonna go through like a specific tool that is like a basic necessity need, because I do have a lot. Just gonna talk about the basic tools that I use all the time on the cars, and pretty much like stuff that just gets you through basic modifications on cars and working on your car. My top shelf is pretty much like the main, I guess you can say main drawer that I use a majority of the stuff when I work on the car. So in every toolbox, you really need a set of wrenches. Now, some people may argue, oh, you need some snap-on tools, you need some high quality tools, but I'm gonna disagree with that and say you do not need expensive tools whatsoever. These tools honestly are a mixture of Amazon and like Home Depot and AutoZone. This wrench set I got from Amazon, and I'm pretty sure I didn't pay too much for it. Like, I've never heard of this brand before, but it works. Like, we have 8mm up to 16mm, and all these like I pretty much bought from like AutoZone. At the same time of ordering the wrenches, same brand, I got a set of sockets. Now these are impact wrench sockets, but you can pretty much attach it to any ratchet. But yeah, this is a set of 1/2" drive sockets, 11 through 32mm. As you can see, I'm missing a few. Good set of sockets. Obviously you need some sockets and wrenches, as well as a ratchet. You know, you pretty much can't work on your car without a set of wrenches and sockets. Yeah, other things in my top shelf. This is a torque wrench for the wheels. Honestly, a lot of stuff, like random stuff like this, I bought it and just like used it one time. That's the thing with like this video. Like, all this stuff, I didn't just buy it all at once and just splurge on a whole bunch of garage stuff. Like, all this stuff right here, all these tools that you guys see, this is pretty much like an accumulation of a span of like, I want to say 5 years. Like, at the very start, I got like the jack, then I figured out I needed some sockets, so I bought the sockets. Like, each job I've done to these cars, like, I've pretty much added something to my toolbox if I didn't have it. So it's pretty much like an accumulation of tools over a span of 5 years. You just add to your collection naturally over time as you work on the car. Yeah, what else do I have in here? This is pretty much like my zip tie drawer. Got a whole bunch of different screwdrivers. A lot of junk, honestly. This tool comes in clutch a lot. This is like one of those plastic trim removal tools. Down here, we got stuff for the supercharger. This is kind of like my bodywork section. Got like acetone, fiberglass, got like Bondo stuff. And then this corner is pretty much like for my airlift. So we got like a whole bunch of like different fittings, just in case stuff goes bad. And then we have like all the airlift manuals. This is kind of like my electrical, I guess you want to say like electrical drawer, and a whole bunch of nuts and bolts. We got like wire taps, a whole bunch of assortment, different sizes. You guys get the idea. We got different drawers for different type of jobs. Over an accumulation of 5 years, it pretty much turned into that. So it's a lot of tools. And honestly, I'm very proud of it. Like, it's kind of cool. Like, it's just a little collection that you add to. And I don't know, I never really thought about it, but it's something that I'm very proud of. I think I said I was on number 4, but I'm gonna combine the tools with the toolbox because it only makes sense. So now we're actually on number 4, and that is gonna be these right here. Now, these are pretty much like low car friendly ramps. Now, if you guys have a low car, you guys understand the struggle of getting that jack under that. Like, it is so difficult at times. A lot of people tend to use like some wood planks or just bricks or anything they can find in their garage to drive onto so you can make clearance to put the jack under the car. I used to do that a lot until I found out about these. Now, I got these off of Amazon for like $50. As you can see, it's super long, so it's very low car friendly. And it just makes jacking up the car so much easier. They're such a good investment. Like, just for 50 bucks, you just have them handy in the garage, and when you want to jack the car up, simply drive onto it without having the trouble of just using wood planks or something crazy. Super convenient when getting your low car up in the air, ready to jack up. So that I want to say is a necessity for your car garage if you have a low car, and for super cheap, it'll just make your life so much easier. Now moving on to number 5 is the power washer. Now this is the most recent thing that I actually added to the garage. And I'm actually going to use it right now for the WRX because this thing is filthy. But number 5 is a power washer slash foam cannon. Now you can have a nice car, have a whole bunch of mods on it, but if it looks dirty, it doesn't look 100%. So you always got to keep your car clean. I got this thing off of Amazon for, I want to say, around $120. It honestly made washing the car super fun because the foam cannon is, I just love the foam cannon. It's super simple. Like if you want to use the foam cannon, you just pop this thing off, attach the foam cannon, and that's pretty much it, like that. Fill this up with soap and water and attach this thing with your hose and you're pretty much good to go. I know you guys really can't see what I'm talking about with this power washer. So let's go and stop talking and actually put this power washer to use and wash this filthy WRX. So we finally got done washing the WRX. That took way longer than I expected. As you can see, it is pitch black outside now, but look how clean the WRX is now. Also waxed it a little bit, sprayed a little bit of wax on the trunk. Thing is looking so clean. Damn, dude. It's crazy how different your car looks when it's actually clean. Like, it looks so good. Every time I wash the car, I always love just looking at it after and just admiring it. It looks so aggressive sitting in the garage. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today. I'm talking about everything that I use in the garage to work on the car, work on the WRX, work on the FRS, you name it. Pretty much my setup, what I rock with, and what I think is pretty much like the basic necessities that you need in your car garage to work on your car. Like I said, nothing fancy whatsoever. Because I know a lot of you guys are wondering, you know, what you need in your garage, or how to get into cars, or how to start working on your car. And it's pretty much like the first step is to just have, you know, a basic set of tools to use. So to all you guys, I hope that helped in any sort of way watching today's video. I am starving. I haven't eaten so long, so I'm probably gonna grab some food right now. It's gonna conclude today's video. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it helped in any sort of way. And if it did, drop a like on the video and comment down below what you guys think. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. If you guys have reached this point in the video, thank you so much. If you guys are like scared or worried about working on your car, just take that first step. When I started working on the car, I didn't know anything. Like, I just literally searched up on YouTube everything that I needed to know and just tackled it, like by myself or with my friends. You don't need to know everything just to get going. Literally just start, throw yourself at it. That's how I learned. I just threw myself at whatever task it was. Over time, you just gain the experience, gain the knowledge, and you just apply it to every single job you do. All right, guys, I hope you all have a good one today. Make it a good one, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.